Okay, what if I told you that one of the weirdest things we all do, that thing you get super embarrassed about when you're caught, is actually a sign of a stronger, sharper mind?
Yeah, we're going to dive into a habit that most of us try to hide. I like to call it the genius quirk, because it turns out talking to yourself might just mean you're smarter than you think.
Come on, you know the feeling. You're walking down the street, muttering your to-do list, or maybe giving yourself a little pep talk, and suddenly you look up and someone is staring right at you. Yeah, we have all been there. And in that moment, we feel kind of silly, right? Because the common view is that it's, well, a little bit weird. But the reality is the complete opposite. It's not a quirk to be embarrassed about, it's a sign of some serious mental strength.
So, how in the world does this work? How does muttering to yourself turn into a legitimate superpower? Well, the answer is all about some really cool stuff happening inside your brain. First up is this thing called verbal processing. It sounds fancy, but all it means is you're taking those fuzzy, jumbled up thoughts floating around in your head and you're forcing them into actual, concrete words. You're giving them structure.
And when you do that, magic happens. You actually engage your prefrontal cortex. That's like the CEO of your brain, which gives you more control. It also creates a little emotional distance, which helps you calm down. And it forces you to figure out the exact steps for what you need to do next. It literally organizes your mind in real time.
But that's only half the story. That process then unlocks another, even more powerful mental upgrade.
And it's called dual coding theory. Here's the deal. Your brain is super efficient. When you speak a thought, it doesn't just hear the words. It encodes that info in two separate ways at the exact same time. Verbally, with the words, and visually, by creating mental pictures to go along with those words. So just think of it like this. An idea pops into your head. You say it out loud, and bam! Your brain instantly creates the stronger two-layered mental map of that idea. And the result? Your ability to remember and really understand that thing just gets a massive, massive boost.
Okay, so the science is awesome, right? But what does this actually do for you in your day-to-day life? What are the real-world superpowers you unlock? Let's break them down.
First, you get crystal clear thought organization. When you speak a problem out loud, you're forced to actually define it. You can't just have a vague, fuzzy feeling about it. You have to put it into words, and a lot of the time, the solution just pops out right then and there.
Second, you can calm yourself down way faster when you're stressed. Just saying something like, okay, you got this. Just breathe, one step at a time, creates what's called psychological distance. It's almost like a calm, rational friend is giving you advice, and it totally short-circuits that panic button in your brain.
Third, and this one is huge, it seriously increases your persistence on tough tasks. When you're just about to give up, actually hearing your own voice say, come on, you are so close, just focus on this one next step. That can be the little push you need to break right through that wall.
And all of this leads to the fourth huge benefit, an internal coaching effect. You literally become your own high-performance coach. You're guiding your actions, celebrating the small wins, and correcting mistakes, all in real time.
Now, if you're still feeling a little self-conscious about all this, just remember, you are in very, very good company. This is not some random quirk. It's a technique used by some of the highest performers on the planet. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. You see them on the court, on the field, muttering to themselves between plays. They're not just venting. They are actively coaching themselves, reinforcing their strategy, and keeping their head in the game.
And it's not just in sports. Studies have shown that students who talk themselves through complex math or science problems, like step by step out loud, consistently outperform the students who stay silent. They're building a stronger understanding just by speaking it into existence.
Okay, but before we go any further, we have to make a really crucial distinction here, because not all self-talk is created equal. We're talking about a very specific, very healthy kind.
Look, the healthy self-talk we're celebrating here is voluntary. You're in control. You choose to do it. It's purposeful. You're using it to solve something or motivate yourself. And of course, it's clearly your own inner voice. That's a world away from something that feels uncontrollable, causes you distress, or sounds like it's coming from someone else.
So here's the bottom line. If you are in the driver's seat using your own voice as a tool for a specific purpose, you are tapping into an incredible cognitive ability.
Which brings us right back to where we started. It's time to stop thinking of this as some embarrassing little habit and start seeing it for what it truly is, a sign of a well-organized, high-functioning mind at work. That voice that you sometimes let slip out when you think no one's listening, that isn't just random mental noise.
It's a tool, a precision instrument for focusing your thoughts, for regulating your emotions, and for driving your own performance forward.
So the next time you catch yourself talking to yourself, don't feel embarrassed. Don't shrink back. Lean into it. Own it. You've just discovered your own built-in superpower. The only question is, what's the first problem you're going to solve out loud?